Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Don Rusnak, banjodaddy at hotmail.com. Banjo's in the basement. I have here from my collection a E.B. Mansfield fretless banjo, patented 1872. And this was one of the prizes of my collection, and it was immediately deemed a keeper. I lied. Anyway, there's a time and place for everything, and this one has to go. Well, it doesn't have to go, but I can only play two banjos at the same time, so I don't need the rest of these. Anyway, this banjo is, for its age, it's just incredibly nice. And back in the day, when I was avidly collecting, I kept my eyes out for early banjos that you didn't see, that were that had patents attached to them, early banjos. This particular one has a tightening setup that you tighten it from the inside. These are holes drilled in the shell, and this outside metal, spun over metal, it covers the hook. So if I were to take this off, you would see that the shell is ledged like a wedding cake, and the tightening devices would come up underneath. And I will show you at the end of this video the actual patent for this instrument, so that will kind of explain a little bit better. It's got a copy. I made that out of ebony. The original one was dried walnut and possibly rosewood. So I made this out of ebony, and I think this may have the original head. This thing is old, and it's about 11 and a half. I mean, 10 and a half, 10 and something like that, 3/4. It's got the traditional, for the period, the boat heel. It's got friction pegs that I put on. I don't know what it came. It came with other friction pegs, but I had these black violin style friction pegs with the little mother of pearl dots on it. So I installed those, and they work really well. Once they're in, they work really well. The action is very good. Well, for a minstrel era banjo, for that period where they didn't get up too high, I'd say the action is good for that. And it's got a 1/2-inch bridge, and it is strung with original gut strings. And this particular one, with these banjos, I would get cases oftentimes, and they would include old tutorials and strings and capos and whatever. And I got an old case that had old strings in the original cellophane, packaging, and I just put this one on there. And so this string here could be 100 years old. The other ones were new. I forget who manufactured it, but this one is from the 1870s. So I have it strung up from a tutorial. I decided to check what the tuning was. I forget where it is right now. I don't know where I put it. But it's like A, E, G sharp, E, or something like that. I'll find that. I'll find where I am. But anyway. Wow, a lot of volume. Very cool. Hate to see it go. I don't even know what I'm going to ask for it. I don't know. Let's have some comments. You know, what does this banjo, what is its place in today's market? I mean, it's playable. It's probably good and great for Civil War reenacting, things like that. But it's in such great condition. Does the antique value, what is the antique value as compared to, current market? That's always been a quandary for me when placing prices on things. I know what I paid, whatever it was ago, but has the market gone up? As a collector, I was overjoyed to get this instrument. It's rare. You don't see too many of them. I've only seen one other, I think. One other. And there's kind of a cool history. I have good memories of acquiring this instrument. And we all have, stories of how we found the instrument, that we're looking for, or we just happened upon it, or somebody was selling and we lucked out and we got it. But I was in my 65 Dodge camp mobile on the top of Cliff Top one year, and I had the old school Motorola flip cell phone. I thought I was cool as heck, and I was bidding on this instrument via the phone at Cliff Top, and I bought it. I won it. So after paying an exorbitant amount of money and shipping and handling and all that stuff, I get it and I play it a lot. And in the case, there was a copy of an old broadside that was advertising the Mansfield banjo. And evidently there were two models. This is the lower end. The other one had a shape to the peg head. I forget what that shape was, but basically the same. And it may have, maybe somebody would know, maybe it had more tightenings. I don't know. Something was a little different besides the peg head. But anyway, very nice. I better, let me see what it sounds like putting a little cloth in there, see what happens to it. Yeah. Little GTO, you're looking fine. 3 deuces and a 4-speed and a 389. Listen to her jack it up now, listen to her whine. When it turning on, why did I blow it out, GTO? Okay, everybody, wah now. Anyway, I went off on another tangent, but very nice banjo, incredible. Some of these things, I'm always thinking that, should they be in a museum? Will the person that winds up with this thing, really realize, historically how important these things are. So anyway, but if it's in a museum, nobody gets to play it. You'd have to have, 6 months of paperwork and, wear white gloves and try to find a docent to, take you to it. So my point of view is, for these things, hopefully get it into the hands of a collector, and a collector will allow you normally to come in and play this, play these things and take measurements and all this other stuff. So there's positives to be gleaned from selling it to a collector rather than donating it to a museum. I know some folks said they've already said, I'm going to be donating this to Smithsonian or somebody else. Anyway, 1872, E.B. Mansfield, Improvement on Banjos. It's kind of there's a C chord, F chord, G. Let's see if my up-picking, Rusnak wrist frailing thing would work on it. Well, I'm not bragging, so don't put me down. I've got the fastest set of wheels in town. She ported and relieved and she's stroking more. There's 110 with a falling more. She's my little deuce coupe. You don't know what I got. Another tangent, another rock and roll. It's either Ronnie and the Daytonas or the Beach Boys or something. Anyway, love it all, love it all. I'm banjodaddy@hotmail.com. This is for sale. I don't know what I'm going to ask for. I really don't. Maybe in the comments. I apologize. I rarely read comments. I just have too many things going on in my life, trying to sell banjos and repair banjos, and I got so many parts. I don't want to inundate my kids when I pass away and have all these parts. They're going to have a pennies on the dollar yard sale. They won't know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm unloading a lot of stuff. So, but if you want to leave a comment and an idea of what this thing should be priced at, I'm not even going to venture right now to say what is something like this worth. And I know the collector who put it up for sale at auction, a famous collector, everybody knows his name, I won't mention it. But back then, I'm saying, gee, why would anybody put that banjo up for auction? But like him then, now me, there's a time and a place for everything. Time to let this be enjoyed by another collector, player. I know some banjo collectors that do not play a lick. That's a shame. Anyway, but it's their money. All right. Well, this is banjodaddy@hotmail.com. Hopefully, I will. Someone asked me to get a close-up of the wrist frailing. So I will bring up another banjo, more modern banjo, and I'll do things slowly. That's basically it. But I'll go over again with a modern banjo, that kind of technique. Very rhythmic, very fast stuff. Anyway, yeah, put in the comments. What do you think this banjo should sell for? Where should it go? How should I market it other than this? I know there are other like Facebook Marketplace has different groups, historic banjos and banjos, you know, a lot. But your comments would be appreciated, and I would appreciate it, you know, you pass this on, you know, like share, I guess. I'm not technologically inclined, you know. So, but if you push the button that says share and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. So the more people know about these things, the more interest, you know, would be generated, and I can get this into the hands of somebody who really would revere it as I've revered it. Oh, let me show you, before I go, let me show you the copy of the patent. Stay right there. Hold your breath. Study that. See that center figure? That's a side view, cutaway, and you'll see the hooks are angled. And you take that metal sheathing thing off, and you'll see the top of that that hook. Very cool design, you know. You just wonder, you know, was it ahead of its time? It probably didn't do well. I don't see too many out there. Just like the Dobson O'Donnell, I guess. Anything that was outside the norm maybe have taken more effort and time and money to produce. But anyway, that's it. And I'll do the same thing for the Cubley, the Dobson Cubley patent. Anyway, banjodaddy@hotmail.com. I appreciate your subscribing, and please press the bell because I will be putting more banjos up for sale. I will be demonstrating more up-picking on different banjos. So anyway, nice talking to you. See you on the flip side. Stay safe. All right. Bye.